Remember back in the day for Attack on Titan Season 1 when it was humanity versus a giant naked man-eating titans? Ah, the good old days. Things were simpler back then, not too complex. What was only the beginning of Attack on Titan growing into this much richer story started revealing itself in the Clash of the Titans arc, which was with the unveiling of the WarHammer Titan and Colossal Titan traitors. But also don't forget about Ymir secretly being this 60-plus-year-old Titan. Ymir obviously cared about Historia, but which side would she ultimately choose? Fast forward to the Uprising Arc. Some Attack on Titan fans like to argue that this is the most boring and dullest part of the series. However, this was when the Attack on Titan story truly started developing into something much more than humanity versus titans. And I'm not only talking about the shift from Titan battles to the Survey Corps battling other humans. The whole thing involving the royal family really fleshed out this Attack on Titan story into something much more than simply trying to take out these overgrown so-called zombies. Then getting into the Beast Titan arc, the ultimate bombshell was dropped with the basement reveal. Humanity was in fact alive. Everything was alive. The rest of the world was not only thriving, but hated the people within the walls on Paradise Island. You thought Titans were the enemies? Titans had been protecting you this whole time, and not just the colossal Titans within the walls. 4 years later, the attack on Marley happened, and oh boy did things get even more complex. I really have a strong feeling that some anime-only people won't really be a fan anymore by the time the Attack on Titan anime gets to this part. The Uprising Arc in the Season 3 anime was definitely a good indication. But anyway, going back to the main original topic, I brought up this question about sides. Attack on Titan originally started with humanity versus the Titans. Honestly, it was pretty cut and dry, a good versus evil story. You had the poor humans being in the right, and the evil, just bad Titans wanting to eat them or kill them. Almost a decade later, it's not that simple anymore. As of the current Attack on Titan Chapter 113, the story has gotten so complex and layered. But what are the sides? If you step back enough, the main players are Paradise Island versus the world. Great job Eren pissing off everyone even more. Gone are the days that Titans are really even thought of. However, Paradise Island versus the world, this almost seems to be oversimplifying it like the original humans versus Titans. On Paradise Island you now have multiple groups here too. The new recent group is the Eren cult. You still have the old Survey Corps members, the old government formerly led by Zachary, now Pixies. Queen Historia plus a farmer boy is hiding somewhere. Zeke is on the island being this wild card. He's supposedly working with Eren, but you know better than to trust this career backstabber. And finally, you have all the citizens plus the press within the wall. I'm just gonna go ahead and group all of these guys together. So just right here for Paradise Island, that's fragmented 5 ways. Getting a deeper look into these groups, let's look at the Eren cult. Eren of course has his own agenda, which may overlap with his older brother Zeke. Although what is Flock up to? I think this guy is fully on bending over for his beloved Eren, but I really wouldn't put it past him pulling something, or at least trying to. Which really just means that he's not necessarily gonna succeed. Flock honestly is really a wild card in his own way. Oh, but are you forgetting about someone? Where is the other blonde, Yelena? What could she be hiding? Perhaps tied with Eren could be Yelena that knows Zeke's true motives. And I have brought this up in the past. Does Yelena have ulterior motives? So just from Eren's group, this could be fragmented 3 ways, and that's not even including Zeke. Next up, the old Survey Corps. Currently most of these guys are in jail. Aww. The main members right now for this group include Hanji, Levi, Armin, Mikasa, the Stallion, and Connie. I'm already missing Potato Girl. And yes, Sasha. Unfortunately, partly due to what happened to Sasha, these guys aren't really buddy-buddy right now. I mean, Connie hates Eren for laughing at Sasha's death. At the same time, Connie isn't too happy with Mikasa defending him. For Armin, this guy wanted to talk, but recently he got the crap beat out of him by Eren. If anything, Armin might be best buddies with Connie right now. Meanwhile, the slave Mikasa is still rebooting inside the jail cell. Is Mikasa gonna shift to Armin's side now, or still 100% thirsty for Team Yeager? As for the Stallion, I would say this guy leans more towards Armin and Connie's side, but he was actually there when Sasha died. If anything, I could see Jean blaming himself for what happened. He also does have this rival history with Eren, although not entirely that shonen cliche rival, but there's always been hints there. As for Hanji and Levi, both of these two are probably seeing eye to eye now. Hanji was already having trouble figuring out what the deal was with Eren, and Levi just turned Zeke into human steaks, or sushi, take your pick. By the way, there is also Oyakobon. I'll just throw him in here with the Survey Corps since he got captured too. Although keep in mind, I am not discounting the possibility that this guy is secretly working with Yelena just to get some juicy information pretending this guy got captured. Next up, the old government in power. The one really representing this group is Pixies himself. This old dude does have a history with Eren from Attack on Titan Season 1. However, this guy is a very clever old veteran. I highly doubt that he's going to let his personal feelings get in the way. That is, if he has to ultimately take out Eren. Whether Pixies could actually come up with a plan to actually do that is a different question. As for Queen Historia, it seems that Historia will lean towards the Surrey core goal, but there's been a lot of speculation about whether she's been working with Eren this whole time, so it really seems 50-50 at this point. In her own way, Historia is like this wild card. That being whether Historia actually does something or whether Historia happens to pass away giving birth. What would that lead into? Then you got the rest of the Paradise Island. Unfortunately, they completely bought into their new supreme leader, Eren. Right now for Paradise Island, it really feels like it's boiling down whether you're pro or anti Eren Yeager. And just going back to the high level view, it is Paradise Island versus a world. Somewhere in there, Kiyomi does exist with her greedy motives. Will she ultimately follow the money and attempt to backstab the Eldians if it means her nation will profit? Potentially. Right now she seems to be as much as a wildcard as even Zeke. As for the rest of the world, this really breaks down into some vague nations from the guests seen in the pre-Willy Tybur speech, and Marley. The Marley side then splits into the Marley government and the warrior group. Before I continue, I just want to point out that I'm not discounting the Tybur family not being relevant again sooner or later. Anyway, for the warrior group, you have Reiner, Peak, and Porco. Man, these guys really got taken down. And I'll just go ahead and toss in Gabby and Falco with them. At this point, you really don't need me to tell you the different mindset that Gabby and Falco have about the Eldian situation. For Reiner, the Armor Titan has its own scarred history in this story, almost rivaling Eren now. Not too long ago, Reiner wanted to off himself and even asked Eren to fricking do it. But now, Reiner is out for some sweet revenge. Good luck, Reiner. For Porco, this guy is obviously a warrior on Marley's side. The only difference now is that he's dealing with Zeke's betrayal too. The one X factor with him is a previous Jealous Titan. I could bet you $5 that Ymir and her memories aren't done in this story yet. Watch the Jealous Titan fall for Queen Astoria and change sides. Final warrior up, we have the lovely Peak. Thanks to the Beast Titan's little act, she almost got KO'd recently. I do see some of the previous time spent with Zeke, just feeling her some more after his recent betrayal. You still haven't gotten too much else from Peak, so I'm gonna put her 100% on Marley's side for now. As for the Marley Nation, the representative now is really Margath. History has shown that he likes Eldians, just not the ones on the island. I think potentially we're gonna see some other Tybur mystery revealed with Margath. Oh, and I almost forgot, how about the other warrior, Annie? Unfortunately, Annie is still a nice. You've seen in the past that she's never been on Team Marley, so perhaps she'll be forced to join into Team Yeager or Team Surrey Corps. For now, she's a mild wildcard, if she wakes up. TikTok Isayama and Taibot Isayama, you just know how he likes to make minor characters really important. So what other minor character is going to have some huge importance? Right now there's Niccolo. I do believe he's in jail right now. Potentially he's going to want to get some revenge for what happened with Sasha. And I'm not talking about taking out Eren Jr. There is that other cook in the diner. I think that guy's going to be taken out. And how about the Sasha family? Both Sasha's father and mother. I don't see them doing anything too special, but they'll be around in the story somewhere. On the other hand, they did spend a huge amount of time building up Kaya. I think Miss Stabby Stabby's gonna come back. And talk about little girls, how about Mikasa Jr.? Is Lois gonna be protecting Eren Yeager in the next battle? Potentially. That's gonna be really awkward if Mikasa does face her in a battle. And how about the old military police guy, Niall? Did this guy drink the wine? Is he gonna become a Titan soon? Let's also not forget about Hitch. Hitch recently got reintroduced into the story. I really believe that whatever connection she has with the rest of the story is related to Annie being cracked. Switching back to the Marley side, how about Colt? This guy was supposed to become the next Beast Titan, but you know how that turned out. Is this guy gonna come to the island and get some revenge? Is he not gonna appear in the story again? As for even more minor characters, you have Pixie's assistant Anka. Who knows, potentially Pixie's gonna turn into a Titan, then she's gonna take him out. There still is Reiner's asshole papa and his crazy mother. They might just stay at Marley. And how about Grisha's father? This guy's still at the Looney Hospital. So just taking a step back, you could easily see how complex and layered the Attack on Titan story has gotten, and I think will definitely continue to become. So let me just go ahead and hear from you. Question of the day. For the current Attack on Titan story, which side are you on? As you now have heard, there's so many. The Surrey Corps, the government, Eren's cult, the Warrior group, Zeke. And who do you ultimately think is going to come out on top? Go ahead and post below and I'll definitely be reading it. But anyway, go ahead and give this a colossal thumbs up and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, you can enjoy juicy Attack on Titan videos here every week. The new Attack on Titan chapter is coming up, which really means my prediction video is coming out next week. I'm also working on an Ackerman video. Go ahead and check out my videos on some of the recent anime for the winter anime season, and I'll see you guys later.